size, thinking about number of rooms, thinking about, oh, no one said age. But how old a house is has a big determinant on its prices. The perceived value of land, what Brianda mentioned, that depending on who's in the neighborhood and what that neighborhood's perceived to be, will actually raise or lower the value of the house. Now my next question, before we jump into this, well, okay, no, let's ask this question first. Let's go back to the chart now. Let's look at number 1. What is the average cost of a house in 1920? Adjusted for inflation. Like, we always got to adjust for inflation.
Like 80,000.
About $80,000. Yeah. So that's average across the United States, right? Okay, what about, so that was the low point in U.S. housing prices. Why do you think it was so low then? Why do you think it was so cheap to buy a house in 1920? That's how you said? In that what? What do you mean, jobs?
Because, like, certain people wasn't getting enough.
So wages,
Yeah.
you're saying, were low? Brianna?
Oh, I said that because that was the roaring 20s and people were making a lot of money. Well, the rich people.
Yeah, so this 20s period is interesting. If you look at housing prices, it remained pretty nice and low during that time period. So a lot more people were able to buy houses then. When did we see a spike in housing prices then, coming up after that? What?
1945 around.
Why would that be true? Give me a specific year, guys. When did housing prices start to spike around when Juan is talking about? Give me a year.
1942.
19 what? 42? Okay. So the prices went from about 80,000 to what? Where did it spike to? Look at your graph. Where did it spike to? Give me a ballpark.
130.
130. So was that a big increase? Yeah. Why did it increase like that during this time? What's going on then? What's going on 1940 to 1945?
War.
Oh, come on, history students. Give me a break. What's going on 1940 to 1945? Jeez. Really? Jeez. Wow. World War II. Come on. If there's ever anything big going on in a chart, usually it's what? World War II that's causing the big jolt. Whether it's employment or unemployment or housing prices, things are happening during World War II. Interesting that those two things were going opposite directions. Unemployment plummeted, housing prices went up. Why would that be?
Because people were able to afford more.
People were what?
People were able to afford more
Because?
because they had jobs and they were able to make money.
And think about what you learned in Mr. Allen's class first semester. You read an article about something that soldiers were given when they got back from World War II. That thing, yes. You actually need to remember the articles you're reading up front.
A badge.
It does. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
It's that thing that let them come back and they could have if they